Oh no.
What's wrong?
Some of my relatives are coming to visit. They want to stay with me.
Which relatives?
My brother, his spouse, and my niece and nephew.
Do you have space for 4 people?
Yes, but my niece and nephew are really active. They run around a lot.
You'll be busy.
Do any of your relatives ever visit you?
My mother-in-law and father-in-law came last summer. We showed them around.
Do you get along with them?
Oh yes, I like my spouse's parents.
Some of my cousins visited me last summer. That was fun. I'd like my great-grandparents to visit.
Aren't they quite old?
Yes, but they're young at heart.
All of us have relatives. If our parents have brothers and sisters, we have aunts and uncles. If our aunts and uncles have children, they are our cousins. Our sisters and brothers' children are our nieces and nephews. And we have grandparents and maybe great-grandparents. If you are married, you have a mother-in-law and a father-in-law. They are your spouse's parents. You may not see all these relatives very often, but families try to gather together at special times such as holidays and weddings. Hello everyone, welcome to Let's Talk in English. My name is Pauline and I'm looking forward to another great day with you.
Hi everyone, my name's Peter. Welcome back everyone.
Well, today we have another How to Say It show.
That's right, we can practice talking about families.
So, Peter, what did we talk about yesterday?
Well, we learned that Pauline has a crazy family. She has a mom, a dad, brothers, sisters.
What's crazy about that, Peter? And we talked about your family too. We learned that you have 4 people in your family. You have 1 older brother. You are the baby, which explains a lot. And of course, you have a mom and dad.
Well, when we talk about family, we share about where they are living and what they do for a job, if they are married or if they have kids.
Usually when we ask about family, we are just asking about these people. But of course, families are much bigger than just your mom, dad, and siblings.
That's right. And the good news is that learning family names in English is much easier than the names of family in Chinese.
Oh, you're so right. I bet our friends are thinking, finally, something easier in English than in Chinese.
But Pauline, I still think that family names are hard and confusing.
Well, you're right, and we can practice together. That's what we're here for. And maybe the more you listen, the more it will stick in your head.
All right, friends, well, let's get started. Here's Jack with today's keywords.
Hello, Alex 的亲戚要来看他。亲戚是 relative. Some of his relatives are coming to visit. Alex 说，去年夏天他的 cousin 来找他玩。Some of his cousins visited him. 在英文里呢，不论是表兄弟姐妹或是堂兄弟姐妹，都叫做 cousin. 这次是他的哥哥、嫂嫂和侄子侄女要来。Your brother's daughter is your niece. 哥哥的女儿就是你的侄女 niece. 侄女或外甥女都是 niece。如果是哥哥的儿子，就是 nephew 侄子。Your brother's son is your nephew。同样的，外甥和侄子都是 nephew。如果可以的话 ，Alex 希望他的曾祖父母也可以来看。曾祖父或者曾祖母是 great grandparent。He would like his great grandparents to visit。这次要来的人包括 my brother, his spouse and my niece and nephew。名词 spouse 就是配偶的意思，所以哥哥的 spouse 就是嫂嫂喽。
Oh no.
What's wrong?
Some of my relatives are coming to visit. They want to stay with me.
Which relatives?
My brother, his spouse, and my niece and nephew.
Do you have space for 4 people?
Yes, but my niece and nephew are really active. They run around a lot.
You'll be busy.
Oh no!
What's wrong?
When someone learns something that is not a good surprise, they might say, "Oh no!"
And when I hear someone say, "Oh no," then I will say, "What's wrong?" So Peter, what is wrong?
Some of Alex's relatives are coming to visit. Oh no, I forgot. Right now, Rebecca is coming to visit. She's going to practice with us.
Hey friends, it always makes me smile when I think of you. Well, I have something fun planned for today's Use It. In today's Use It, you are going to learn the sentence pattern. Some of my noun are doing something. Let's look at some examples. Some of my friends are planning a party. Or, some of my pets are sleeping on my bed. You can do this, so don't be afraid to use it.
Thanks, Rebecca. I like it when you visit. And I don't understand why Alex is worried about his relatives visiting. That's a good thing, isn't it?
Well, yes, of course, but they want to stay with him. That can be stressful. It's nice to see family, but sometimes it's tiring.
Oh, right. Alex uses the word relative. We use this word for family. It means you are related to them.
Yes, and I would say that we use the word relative more for people like our aunts, uncles, and cousins, not so much our mom, dad, brothers, or sisters.
Alex uses it here to talk about his brother's spouse, his niece, and nephew. Wow, that is a lot of family coming to stay with him.
When your brother or sister has kids, their children are your nieces and nephews. Nieces are their daughters. Nephews are their sons. Pauline, do you have nieces or nephews?
Yes, remember I told you yesterday my sister has 2 little boys, so they are my nephews. Although I hope someday she will have a daughter so I can have a niece too.
So we also see the word spouse. The word spouse is the person you are married to. Pauline's spouse is named Josh. He is Pauline's husband.
Well, Alex really seems stressed about his relatives coming. It is good to see relatives, but he says that his niece and nephew are really active. Here is Jack to tell us more about that.
Alex 的哥哥一家人要来玩，他说他的侄子和侄女非常的活泼，精力充沛。But my niece and nephew are really active. 我们来看 active 这个形容词，这个字的前半部是 act 行动表现的意思，加了 ive 变成形容词 active， 表达行动力强，很活泼，充满活动力。所以如果你的孩子很活泼，总是东跑西跑的，你可以说 He is an active boy. Active 除了描述一个人的活动力之外呢，也可以表达人积极投入的态度。如果你说 He is an active member of the music club， 表示他对音乐社很投入、很积极。还有，也可以形容年纪虽然很大，但是仍然充满了活力。She is over 80, but still very active. 这些都是 active 的用法。
Thanks, Jack. Hey, Pauline, does your apartment have space for guests? Do you have people stay with you?
Sometimes I love having guests. We have one extra room. So we do have room, but maybe for not so many people like Alex is having visit.
Especially little children. I love children, but when you're living with many of them that are not yours, that can be tiring. Well, friends, we'll continue talking about this, but first, let's take a short break right now. Don't go away.
Let's talk in English. 10 minutes every day. That's the way.
Welcome back, everyone. Hey, Pauline, what do you like to do when relatives visit?
Oh, well, of course, I just want to spend time with them and talk, catch up, we say. But I also want to show them the city I'm living in and some fun things that we can do together.
I agree. I like to show them around, show them where I live and the people that I see every day. But I also like to spend time and talk about family. Well, let's continue talking about family together. Here's conversation B.
Do any of your relatives ever visit you?
My mother-in-law and father-in-law came last summer. We showed them around.
Do you get along with them?
Oh, yes, I like my spouse's parents.
Some of my cousins visited me last summer. That was fun. I'd like my great-grandparents to visit.
Aren't they quite old?
Yes, but they're young at heart.
Now we get to hear more about Tina's family. We start with the question, do any of your relatives ever visit you?
We see the word ever, so this question is open to any point in time. Has it ever happened? Does anyone ever visit you?
Tina's mother-in-law and father-in-law came last summer. So what is this in-law that we see here?
When we get married, we get more family. You get another set of parents. So any family from your spouse are your in-laws. You can have maybe a brother-in-law or a sister-in-law, and of course, mother and father-in-law.
Right, so this is how we can talk about the relatives. All of these people on your spouse's side are your in-laws. My in-laws are coming next month to visit.
Well, Tina thankfully does like her in-laws. She says, I get along with them. We have fun.
Get along is a good phrase. This means we have good relationships with those people, we enjoy them, and we don't fight or things like that.
And it's important to get along with family and your spouse's family.
Yes. Alex mentions cousins. So cousins are your parents' brothers and sisters' children.
Right. Alex also talks about his great-grandparents. Wow, they must be very old.
Hey, Pauline, that's rude.
No, it's just true. Our grandparents are our parents' moms and dads, but their parents are our great-grandparents.
You are right. But if they are quite old, can they really come to visit?
Well, they are amazing, I guess. They are young at heart.
Well, you are too, Pauline.
But Peter, I am still young. What are you talking about?
You are young at heart. Your heart is even younger than you are. We are all young at heart. And that is what I mean to say. And it's also today's calendar phrase.
They're young at heart.
They're young at heart.
他们保有一颗年轻的心。
Grandpa, tell me about your brothers.
Well, they're young at heart.
Tell me about your sisters.
Well, they're young at heart.
Tell me about your cousins.
Well, they're young at heart. Oh, yeah.
Are your family members old, Grandpa?
Yes, we're all old, but we're young at heart. Especially me.
They're young at heart.
They're young at heart.
他们保有一颗年轻的心。
Okay, well, let's learn more about this great phrase now that we practiced it a few times. Let's get Jack to talk to us about it.
虽然 Alex 的曾祖父、曾祖母年纪很大了，但是 Alex 说他们的内心还是很年轻的。But they're young at heart。句尾的 at heart 用来描述人的内心真实的本质。比如说，一个人的内心很单纯，你可以说 He is simple at heart。如果你说 She is really strong at heart， 就表示她的内心非常的坚强。或者有人年纪已经很大了，但是内心还像是一个小女孩一样，就可以说 She is still a little girl at heart。这些都是 at heart 的用法。
Thanks for the help, Jack. Well, friends, we've learned a lot of new words. Let's practice saying them together now.
Here's your first key word for today. Relative. Relative. Some of my relatives live in Canada.
Cousin. Cousin. My cousin is my aunt's son.
Niece. Niece. Her sister's daughter is her niece.
Nephew. Nephew. Her sister's son is her nephew.
Great-grandparent. Great-grandparent. My great-grandparents are over 90.
Spouse. Spouse. My spouse helps me a lot. Okay, friends, keep on practicing those key words. And now let's look back at our lesson one more time together.
Oh no.
What's wrong?
Some of my relatives are coming to visit. They want to stay with me.
Which relatives?
My brother, his spouse, and my niece and nephew.
Do you have space for 4 people?
Yes, but my niece and nephew are really active. They run around a lot.
You'll be busy.
Do any of your relatives ever visit you?
My mother-in-law and father-in-law came last summer. We showed them around.
Do you get along with them?
Oh yes, I like my spouse's parents.
Some of my cousins visited me last summer. That was fun. I'd like my great-grandparents to visit.
Aren't they quite old?
Yes, but they're young at heart.
So, Ginger, tell me about your relatives.
Well, my relatives look like monkeys.
What else?
They smell like monkeys, too.
Ginger, what do you call your parents' sisters and brothers?
Oh, I know. My aunts and uncles.
Right. What do you call your parents' parents?
Well, my grandparents.
Right again. And what do you call your parents' parents' parents?
Parents. Oh, very, very old. Yeah, and I call them great. My great-grandparents.
Right. Now, what do you call your brothers and sisters' children?
Oh, naughty.
No, the girls are nieces and boys are nephews.
Yeah, and they're not naughty. Actually, they're nice.
Right. And so are you.
Oh,
But
thanks.
you smell like a monkey.
Yeah, all my relatives do.
Our lives are changing every day. Each new season has its way. The falling leaves that come with fall have a message for us all. Our lives are changing every day. Wherever you go, whatever you do, changing to a better you. Wherever you go, whatever you do, changing to a better you. Changes are in the world to stay. They can help you have a better day. Wherever you go, whatever you do, changing to a better you. Our lives are changing every day. Wherever you go, whatever you do, changing to a better you. Wherever you go, whatever you do, changing to a better you. Changes are in the world to stay. They can help you have a better day. Wherever you go, whatever you do, changing to a better you.
Well, friends, I think these lessons have been very helpful. We all have family, and we often want to know about our friends' families, so now you can talk about it in English.
And remember, if you have relatives visiting you, we hope that you have a good time. Don't be too stressed, okay? Well, friends, make sure to come and visit us again right here on Let's Talk in English. Goodbye.